And so we are here with the last video of our series for the Scraps Journal. I'm going to do a flip through and I'll try to be quick. It's interesting, when we started this, it looked pretty humble, and I think it's turned out into a pretty cute, happy little guy here. What I have done is added some story ribbon to tie it together, and all I did was run it under the binding here. Nothing to it. I also created these little pieces. I cut in freehand from painted papers and attached them to the ends of the strings to give it a little whimsy. I really like that. Oh, one thing is, if you notice, this was originally an envelope, a shipping envelope that I had cut down to size for the cover, and it left me with an opening here to insert whatever I want, which I have done. But you cannot insert too much because this journal is too fat, too chunky, and too tight now. So here's the little picture you've seen in some video. This I did a little collage really quick with some old painted papers, and I realized that here it says Revelations 21:5. This is after I glued this on the journal. I looked it up, in Revelations 21:5, God says, "Behold, I make all things new." So I loved it because it is so appropriate for this journal. Scraps, old scraps turned into something that looks newer, nicer, kind of like God, you know, He transforms us. So I love that idea. On the inside, this was the original page, and just a little girl doodle here. She is in the rain. This is a very old piece, and there's a little plant dying next to her that says, "I need water." So just some doodles and painted papers. And here we have some sketch flowers on painted papers, and a little bit of watercolor on the left. This is the original part, like this, with some scraps of fabric and stitching. This is on video as well. I did go back and adjust some things I didn't like eventually. I realized this piece of fabric was huge and crooked, and I'm thinking, what was I thinking? So I trimmed it. I don't love it still, but it's going to stay there. You're not going to love everything you do. So here's our little pocket from the envelope where we added some things. The card here comes out, and you can see the original page, the art in there from stenciling. Just some doodles and fabric and stitches over here. The original page here. We did these little ladies in the last video. I love them. This page, I went back and I added some of this amber color to it to bring it all together. This was stark white on video, and I did go back and add this after I recorded. So this is on video, an old piece of abstract art. So, and I like it much better now. I still don't love this. I did go and add a little extra color just the other day because I still don't love this. Some little art here again, little flowers, and this was done on video, like collage. That reminds me of a quilt with paper and fabric, and our birds that were abstracted from the background, our little snail there. I love this little fox, this piece of fabric, and it says "Be bright and quiet." And I remember saying I wanted to look up and see if fox happened to be bright and quiet. Sure enough, I discovered that when they are on the hunt, they are going to be bright. They are bright anyway, but they're very quiet because they're going to pounce on somebody. So I loved it that it just went together perfectly. We have here a lesson to learn with this cute little girl. I still love her. I fixed her little tab over here, added a little extra, little, what do you call that? Just some threads and stuff. So This was that napkin, and it's on video. What I did is, after the video, I realized it was too plain, and I added doodles around to frame this, and as well as to frame the title. And that helped. Not my favorite, not my favorite. Not everything's my favorite. I love this. This is watercolors on paper, and a butterfly had kind of shown up, a little shape semblance of a butterfly, and I finished her off and put it there. I really like that. This is on video, old abstract, original page. I love this little collage. I love that painted paper behind it, and I love the colors. I love reds and golds, and the blue just really gives it a nice pop. We did this on a video. We have a nice little heart. This is old art again that I found and put it there. And here I created this with watercolors on paper and stitched it on some music paper and left the flowers from the original page there because I like to see that. These are original as well, like flowers. This was on video, just stencil work. I don't love this. I did, at first when I liked it, I thought I liked it, but the more I looked at it, it's okay. It's got some packing paper and fabric and just some sketchy flowers. It's all right. I like the little guy, the bird, the fabric. I like the pinks. It's not my favorite, but he was too bright. This is too pink still for me. This is something I did off camera, and I love flaps in my journals. And so here's a pot in the garden. There's a little bunny, and stamped on fabric the word faith. This is a very old, or actually some of these pieces are very old, especially this one, like 7 years old. I don't know if that's considered very old, but it seems like it to me. Just doodles with fabric in the back, and it reminds me of a quilt again. I like that. Even if you don't love what you do, it's great to practice, to challenge yourself, and you will look at it maybe 5 years from now and you will actually like it. Or you will think, oh, this is so cute, who did this? And you realize you did it and you didn't love it, and actually it looks better. So again, this, some fabrics and stitching, painted papers, ephemera. And this was done on a coffee filter stained with coffee and some other coffee stuff, I think. And oh, here's some scrapbook paper even. I like the colors. I'm not sure I love the whole thing, but I like this. Just some little love doodling on watercolors. And here is some old art that I don't love that I had to hide. And here more watercolors, a little collage, and stitches. I really like this one. This is painted paper on text, and a bird cut out of a book. It says, remember the past. There's fabric and stitches in different places. And I lift this up. This is vellum paper. It makes that fun sound. It's vellum with leaves on it. I don't know if you can see. And it says here, come home. And this piece of paper is, this one, that says come home, is the wrapping of bread loaves. Yeah, so it's kind of plasticky. And underneath there's a stamp. So I love the little flaps again. I like that. Some scrapbook paper as well. So, oh, you can add anything and everything you want. I like this. I didn't have to add anything extra to it, just glued it to the page. I really like it. This is one of my favorite verses, Proverbs 3:1-3, and where it says, my son, forget not my law, but let your heart keep my commandments, and etc. It's something wonderful to pray over your children. This comes from a catalog or a magazine. Is super sweet. And I made a little pocket and stitched to it, and a little tab up here. Again, here just different papers, a sticker and doodles, and a tab. It says, I'm very happy. I don't know why I was very happy. I don't recall. And this is actually part of the little paper in the back, in the front, excuse me, where it says Revelations 21:5. It was part of the same page that I had destroyed. It says, everything beautiful he has made, Revelation 21:5. That is like a stamp that I have somewhere, I think. An old tag, an old painted paper again. Here we have the pocket from the paper bag that was used as a page, and some old art inserted into it. This one is alright. Again, the same painted papers and stitches, images from magazines, from books. It's okay. This I like. It's an old abstract with fabric that says live a good life, and I made it into a pocket, and I created this very rough looking tag out of corrugated cardboard and some stamp paper and just different papers and these strings here. I really like that, and I can add anything I want in here. Here's my little Viewmaster envelope. I just threw it in there. Old art, you've seen that on video. This is scrapbook paper like the front, and there I had attached, again, stitches add, I believe, a lot of interest. I think something different and neat, and also contrast to the work. So these are some watercolors on regular paper, again, just loose, plain. And here I left it alone because I like to look at these flowers. I think they're pretty, these plants. Old art again. I have staples and no fabric here, just staples and different kinds of papers and painted papers. It goes well with the purple here. And based on this, I created these little flowers, one of my favorite pages, because it's just a piece of scrap paper and some doodles and some little flowers. Love the color combination as well. And whenever you're stuck, it's always good to pick out a flower and kind of bring it over and imitate and try to create the same thing. It's good practice. So I love this. Just some scrapbook paper and doodles and different papers, painted paper again, and more scrapbook papers. And don't love this. I don't know what I was thinking, but these are all right. They're just doodles. And here it says, sing a song, flowers in the summer, something bright and all, from a book. Different words from a book. It's okay. I love this little guy. He is the little bird. I love birds. And he looks very chunky and sweet. He's looking down. And I love the colors. There's some napkin there. And this was a coffee filter and the cardboard from a product, from a placemat. Bee and willow or something like that. Here's some mark making. And it's alright. It's happy. Old art of my pets. You've seen that. This is old art as well. This original page is packaging material that looks like a craft paper, but it's very flimsy. Not recommended for this type for pages unless you reinforce it like I had to. So again, I doodle around it to give it a little bit more life. Here's just a thank you card from somebody, and this is something that I don't love, but I thought I'd give it a home. This is inspired by Maremi Small Art. Go check her out. She's got a huge channel. She's a sweetheart. And again, the back here I have a card, again made with very old stencil flower, and I just put some collage papers together, and just love it. Love it. Just rugged, just grungy, cute. Grungy and whimsical. Well, we'll do that later. So anyway, this is the end. This is it. I'm glad it's done. We can now move on to another project. I hope you all enjoyed this flip through. And now you come back and see me to see what I have next time on video for you guys. And I hope you're all blessed. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.